Hey there, Floss Tube. It's Sandy the Sunroom Stitcher. And it is 1:23 on March the 12th. How are all of you? I know it's been a while, and I've been having some problems with my computer. So I don't know how much of this video I'm gonna get out this time, but we had some good weather, and then we got a little bit of snow, and now it's cold, and I want spring. So how are all my honey buns and Tootsie Rolls? Anyways, I got like a whole bunch of new subscribers, so I'm gonna go through everybody who's newly subscribed to me and give them a shout out. And we have Sarah Bounds, Mary Ann Arnold, Tammy Spruce, Mikey Williams, Carrie W., Karen Miller, Carol Lang, Trisha Applegate, Carol Safera, Megan Curry, K Gals, Joan Clark, Hedgerow Stitching, Carol Johns, Angela, Duan Rivera, Lindsay the Elven Stitcher, and Candace H. I just want to say welcome, all of you. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Wanting to see this fat face blather on, blather. Anyways, thank you again for subscribing to me, and I'm nobody special, but I certainly do love stitching, and I love talking about stitching and planning stitching and all of that good stuff. I love stashing. So, getting ready to go to retreat this week. Lee and I are leaving at 9 o'clock on Thursday morning, and I will try to take some videos while I'm there and let you all know what's going on. I'm really excited about it. I'm not apprehensive because I know that my husband will be here taking care of the dogs in the house. So, anyways, you do have me on natural. This is like sleep hair. But that's okay. I'm not here to impress anybody. And stitching wise, I'm sort of disgusted because I have 3 pieces going and all 3 of them have a mistake. That's God talking to me. And so, let's see here. All right. Well, here is Day Nymph, and she's on 32 Count Lugana cinnamon bun, and she's using Veldani threads. Now, I did finish her skirt. I did a little bit of her flesh up here, and I've been working on this, and it's off somewhere. So, yeah. So, that's that. And then I started another one. And where is she? There she is. And you can't hardly see her. Yeah, that's about all I've started on her. And it is a mermaid. Where is she? Who do you know? Ocean Whisper. And this is... This is a piece of Didn't mean to shoot it at you. Kiwi Illusions 28 count Lugana and Taupo, T-A-U-O-P. I love Kiwi Illusions. But it's a mermaid, and I am doing it in Be Raid. It's a hand-dyed silk from Victoria Clayton. And I've had this project for quite a while, so I don't know why I picked it up, but I did. And then I made a mistake on it. There's a mistake on the wing. And the third project, I guess it's only 2 projects I have a mistake on. So, anyways, and again, that's Ocean Whisper. So, that's that. I also am working on my own pattern for a bell pull or a sampler. I'm going to do it over one. I was inspired by the stitch along from Blue Sampler by iStitch. And I couldn't justify spending the money on buying the linen band from France or Italy, and then the chart. There we go, the chart. And so I decided that I was going to do something really special and do chart my own. So I had been going through the pattern archives and getting alphabets and borders and stuff like that from freebies that I have, and the Seiju that don't have copyrights on them. They're like from the turn of the century and a little bit later, but they're copyright free, and they've got alphabets and stuff like that. So I had printed off a picture of what the band sampler looked like from iStitch, and what I liked about it was the borders, but I liked how on some of the bands there would be like a single motif and then an alphabet next to it. So, and I also thought with the edges that I could do eyelet stitches or Smyrna crosses or something along the edges and give them a rather lacy feel. But, so that's what I'm also working on. I was tempted because I've got the fabric. I went through my neutral fabrics and I found a piece, and I'm tempted to start it. I was thinking about doing it in pink because, as we all know, pink's my favorite color. So, also, I had joined the Early Stitchers Club from Primitive Hair. Not Primitive Hair. Yeah, Primitive Hair. And she had sent, this month I got this fabric, which it's a charcoal colored 30 count, and this is, and I love Nina's threads. This is old lace, and I don't know, you can't see it. Let me see if I turn this on, if it's any better. It's like pink into a discolored old lace. And you can't see that color in there. You can definitely see the pink in there. Anyways, it's beautiful. And instead of what she wanted us to stitch on it, I was thinking about doing a beautiful L monogram with it, because I just think that's stunning. And I've always wanted to work with Nina's threads. Couldn't justify buying them because you can only get them overseas. But if I ever win the lottery, I'm going to buy all of them. So, so that's that. Now, my stuff from Market came, and I did a lot of damage. Did I do a lot of damage at the cross stitch shop? Yeah. Let me pull the stuff out. Oh, wait a minute. I dropped something. I don't know what I dropped. Ah! Wow. Okay. I won't tell you how much I spent. That's neither here nor there. I got a piece of, and they've got a basket with free fabric in it. And you're limited to 4 of them, and they're like the ends of bolts of fabric. This is like a cream color. Probably, I think this is linen. I don't think this, no, this isn't even weave, it's linen. And not sure the count, but it's a pretty little piece. And then I got 2 of these. One's a little darker than the other, but they're pretty little blues. And these were free. Free! Free! Sandy loves free! Hey. I got this cute little notebook. It's got lines in it. Put it in your pocketbook. Or you could do whatever. This is Springtime Notebook, and I love the hairs on it. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The first thing that I ordered is the Lucy Moore. It's a collaboration between Needlework Press and RSG Antiques. And it is this big old sampler. I love the alphabet in it. Isn't that pretty? And I love the flag. And the border. Love that. Very cool. And it looks like some of it, like this rooster, is over 1 and some of it's over 2. But it is, this is the reproduction, and that's the original sampler down there. It appears to have been started in 1865, not long after the end of the American Civil War, and completed in 1866. Although difficult to read due to deterioration, upon placing a mirror behind the sampler before photographing, permitted charting. Supply list and stitch count are on inside cover. So that's sort of a neat history. But I really love the American flag on that. So that was one thing I asked her to get me at Market. I asked her to get me, I'll show you all of it, but this is the stuff I asked for. I asked for this Silver Creek sampler. The bell proclaims on Liberty Hill, freedom reigns and always will. Love it. Love it. And it uses Gentle Arts, DMC, and Weeks. So, yeah. I also asked her for this one, Needle House Needleworks, the Needlework ABCs. It's got the flosses in it. And I asked her to get me Silver Creek Sampler, and this is And the Earth Sang, and it's an angel rolling away the stone from Jesus's tomb. And I love how it's got the lilies right there on the other side. And it says, an angel rolled the stone away from the tomb where Jesus lay. He is risen, was the cry, as joyful praises filled the sky. There's a little there's a sun, a sunrise, and there's little crosses. I like that. And this is simply called Pray, but she is just beautiful. I was tempted to get started on her today. Let's have another start. Yeah. Isn't she beautiful? Teresa Kogut. I just think she's marvelous. Oh, she's just beautiful. Yeah. And she uses nothing but DMC. And she is 100 over 100. The piece of fabric is 13 by 13 in cocoa, but I'm sure I can. But I just think she is gorgeous. Gorgeous, I said. Gorgeous Pray. Well, let's not fool with that in case we're still going at 18 minutes. Then I picked up You and Me from La Di Da. And it says, come sit down, and it's got an alphabet, just me and you. See, I hate the glare on this stuff because you just don't get a good look at it. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? Pretty. This uses just DMCs too, also. Then this is Berry Days at Thistledown Farm. And this is from With Thy Needle, Brenda Gervius. I love the butterfly or the moth above the house, but it's on a box. Guess what I bought? It looks like a book, doesn't it? Isn't that way cool? It looks like a book, but it's a drawer. And of course you could paint it or you could stain it. It's stained in the picture here, but that is just too cool, isn't it? I'm sure I could find something to put in there, but Now, I'm not sure. Oh, I guess this does come with it. On the back, there's a lady with a dog? Yeah, there's a dog behind her, and it does look like strawberries. Yeah. Very cool. Then I got Here's My Heart by Little House Needleworks, and it was a limited edition with purchase of the New Classic Works hand-dyed fabrics, or Colorworks Floss. And it's a house with sheep, and there's Sandy Joe right in the middle of it. And actually it should be 2 dogs instead of sheep, one being an Allie and one being a Noah. And this should be our house, and this should be Miss Donna's house. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, and then I bought this. Prairie Schooler. I do not have this, the Tortoise and the Hare. And the reason why I liked it is because it reminds me of me, because I'm the tortoise. I'm not the hare when it comes to stitching. But that's sweet. That's one of their older ones, I believe. 162. Yeah, 2010. Then we're getting down to the bare nubbins here. And I got 2 Rosewood Manners. And these reminded me of the ink circles. But I really love the backstitched writing and letters on here. They're all alphabets and numbers, but I really like it. This is Merlin's Tulips. I didn't know Merlin had tulips. Apparently he did. And this one is called the Morning Glory Sampler. And I like this. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. Isn't that pretty? I love it. So that would be all of the stash that I bought. And I know that I'm going to be buying some at the Silver Needle when we go to the retreat. And I have that money put back. So I'll probably double my stash. No, I'm not going to buy that much. One other thing to share with you. I got a notebook, which isn't really special. But what it did was I wanted to make like a thread inventory kind of thing. And just check mark what I have. And some of this stuff I printed off of the internet. DMC. I left open pages in between each category for who knows what. Here's weeks. And then I'm going to put, like, for instance, here I've got my Just Nan pattern. Well, this is a list of Just Nan. And I know it's not everything that Just Nan did. Because the class projects that I have are not on these lists. And neither are the pink cards that I had that I can't find. But anyways, that was sort of inspired by the Primitive Stitcher. Sort of, kind of. And of course it's pink with pink tabs. How wonderful is that? What else is new? Now if we should get cut off, never fear. Sandy's here. Today is my sister's birthday. She's 50. And so she doesn't watch these, but I'm going to give her a shout out anyways. Ginger Ann, I love you dearly. For 50 years I've been blessed to be your big sister, and I am the only person in the world that is your big sister. And may we live long enough that we get sick of one another. I love you, little girl. I love you, sissy. So that's being said, what else is new? I went to the thrift shop. I found myself an old kitchen chair with a cane bottom. It's green, and I have it out on my front porch. And I also found, it was the most peculiar table. It's about knee-high, and it's made out of bamboo. And the lady called it a liquor table. And it has a top shelf, and then it has a bottom shelf. And it reminded me of sort of a tropical theme. That's why I guess I liked it. And I'm not quite sure. Right now it's in my bedroom. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. But I loved it. They were both $8. And I also found a pink plaid blouse. The blouse I like because of the fabric, and I want to use it as material in a project of some sort. Also, let's see, what else? So, I ordered a photo album, and I was looking for one that would, the pockets would, I could slip these sized cards or cross stitch things into, so I could just flip the pages looking for what I want or whatever. I honestly, this is 3.5, wait a minute, 3.5 by 4.5. No, it's, make me stop. 5.5 tall by 4.25 wide. And honestly, there weren't any pockets or anything out there by that size. But I found one that I think will work, and it's got the opening at the top of the pocket. And I can just slip them in because they're long enough to go in this way. So that's supposed to come in today. So what else? I'm going to do some gridding on my day nymph, so I can figure out where my mistake is, because I don't want to pull it all out if I don't have to. And my plans for this week, and Lee came over, not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before. And we planned our trip. And yeah, my hair does look like a mess, doesn't it? And what else? We had just a good time stitching and talking and laughing, and she got me involved in a book reading club, and I'm reading a modern version of Pride and Prejudice. Not sure how, it's really hard because I like the Jane Austen books, and they're definitely period books. It's hard to picture or in your mind Elizabeth and Jane as modern girls having sex, having in vitro fertilization. Yeah, it just, the translation from the 1800s to today, it's not really the same story. Yeah. So, anyways, I think that that's it, really. It seems, oh, I know what I wanted to talk to you about. Pinterest. Pinterest. I don't know how many of you are on Pinterest, but I've got, I love Pinterest, and I get lots of ideas on Pinterest for my stitching. They had, I found like little trading card size stitching, and it would have like a stamp of a cat, and then it would have a cat stitched on it, and so it was just really sort of cool. Also, they had mail art where they would stitch an envelope, put a design, and then they would stitch the address, and then they would stamp it and mail it. And I just thought that was really cool. They also have like stitching palettes. Like they've got a picture of the beach, and then they'll take and the colors, and they'll match them to a DMC color. And for someone who is really color, I don't have that color savvy, to find those coordinating colors, numbered flosses, it's really nice. For instance, like if you were if I change the colors on something, I can go and look through those stitching palettes and say, well, I like this coral with this green, and it's a really helpful guide for me. What else? I don't know, but this is 32 minutes long, and I think that I will go ahead and close for the time being, and you'll probably see several videos online while we're in Tulsa, so I'm looking forward to that, and I think I better do some laundry. And I promised Lee, because I think that Lee and I will be sleeping in a double bed, and I promised her that I would wear pajamas, and I told her, yep, we can tell the world that we've slept together. Anyway, thank you for tolerating my fat face blathering, my bed hair, I just love you guys. I love you, truly do. And I hope that you have a blessed week and good stitching progress and love and blessings and fun and just all that good stuff that the world has to offer. Because the world has a lot of good to offer. Look at YouTube. Anyways. So, God bless all of you, and have a wonderful week. I love you.